Hi and welcome back to the channel. So I hope you enjoyed that introduction of Synapse new PROXIMA. It is a step into the golden era of analog synths, a meticulously crafted plugin that brings the iconic warmth and character of a vintage analog synthesizer to your DAW. Powered by advanced circuit modelling, every nuance of the original hardware, from its rich oscillators to its lush filters and saturating amplifier, have been faithfully recreated with unparalleled precision. As you can see, you can buy it for only €139, which is £122 or 160 US. And you do get the free trial for PC and Mac. So I have downloaded the free trial for Mac. The limitations are saved patches cannot be recalled, the host automation is disabled, and the demo version runs for 20 minutes and contains 100 demo patches, so you don't get all the presets. So that was the intro from this video, and they also do a video of the comparison with the hardware. And you're probably asking, well, what actually is it? Because I wasn't absolutely sure, because I knew it was some sort of Prophet, but I wasn't sure which one. So Synapse Audio's PROXIMA is an emulation of the sequential circuit's Prophet 600, a classic analog synth from 1982. It faithfully recreates the original sound and character, including its 6-voice polyphony and Curtis analog chips, while adding modern features like a more modern modulation matrix, enhanced ARP and extra filter types. That is what it is. It is a Prophet 600, which I have to say I don't think I have ever seen one. PROXIMA faithfully recreates the tone and character of the original hardware. Additional features have also been added to facilitate the creative process and bring the hardware seamlessly into the sphere of soft synths. This includes additional filter types, a powerful mod matrix with 10 slots, and a comprehensive ARP sequencer, as well as an effects section to further shape the sound. So it is coming in VST, AAX and AU formats, and supports MIDI, polyphonic expression MPE, as well as the native control standard NKS. So in the intro they obviously were using a few different MIDI controllers, so you could see they had some of the Native Instruments controls. The Osmos, which I have used with their June software, is a powerful ARP sequencer designed with ease of use in mind. The arpeggiator sequencer in PROXIMA has an accessible and straightforward interface that simplifies the process. It is also highly programmable and capable of complex modulations by virtue of its inclusion as a modulation source in the mod matrix. So, advanced effects algorithms. The effects section plays an important role in sound design, from soaring electric guitar style leads to larger than life pads. The effects applied to a patch are a significant part of what gives it its final timbre. And as you can see, we've got distortion, equalizer, phaser, chorus, reverb and delay. So we're already at the feature summary. It doesn't really say an awful lot, did it? So you've got accurate circuit simulation. That is difficult for me to say. 2 high quality VA oscillators, low and band pass filter types, 8 times oversampled engine, comprehensive effects, up to 12 voices of polyphony. So the original was 6, I think it said. And then advanced ARP sequencer with 5 mod slots, support for MPE, support for MTS and microtuning, and it is available in VST3, AU and AAX. And there is a manual, and I downloaded it, and it's about 70 pages. The system requirements: you are needing Windows 7 or later, and Mac OS 10.14 or later, plus quad core or obviously and 64-bit. Anyway, so that is it for the intro to Proxima. Let's get it open in Logic and see what it looks like and sounds like. Here we are in Logic Pro 11 and I have Proxima loaded up. So I am in demo mode, so I have got 20 minutes to get this done. I'm going to kind of go through it quite quickly. So I have got the S61 Mk3 from Native Instruments hooked up. The 8 knobs are controlling the pitch bend, the mod wheel, the glide, which is up here. So the glide, the master volume. The next two are reserved, so they don't do anything, and then the filter cutoff and the res. So that is smart controls. If I switch to Proxima Stereo, I get another 18 pages. I can change the filter type on the cutoff and also go from low pass to band pass, and then I can do the filter and res again, and then I've got the key tracking, the filter envelope, the filter attack and decay. So this is the init patch, and then if we go to browse, you can see this is the demo version, so there's only a few, and then there's all the authors there. So they've got my favorite Kevin Schroeder doing some more presets again, and some other guys. So you can see there's ARP, bass, chords, gated, keys, leads, pads, sequence, SFX, synths and textures. So I think you're getting about 100 presets for the demo version, and any of the ones that are KS are Kevin Schroeder, so they are normally some of the best. Fairly straightforward. It's not anywhere near as complicated as June. So you've basically got your open, save and browse, and then you can click in here and then go in and go to them as well, and there's a kind of showcase thing. You've got your chord feature, you've got your ARP and effects, so if that's not on, even if you've applied effects, that needs to be on to actually switch them on. So you can switch, so if you do want to switch the effects completely off, you just click that, and that is your ARP sequencer here. And then there's other options for the voice control and the micro tuning, which I have to say I don't think I have ever done. So, and then you've got your keyboard here with your mod, your pitch and your octaves there. And as you can see, I've got a very nice color, which is different from the one in the demo. So you can actually go in here. So that's your size. So I'm in medium, and it goes massive. If you go up to large, it would fill the whole screen. So I'm in medium, and then if you click on this contrast kind of button, you can change the contrast of the back panels. See, the back panels going from dark to light, and then you can change the color. So you can go right through the whole spectrum. So I'm in kind of, like I said, my kind of turquoisey green brand color, and then we've got a saturation, so you can take it right down to just black and white. So how cool is that? And you've got your kind of voices, glide, master volume, the mod matrix, which on obviously the init, there's not really anything on. LFO1, LFO2, your triangle, square and saw, and you've got your rate amount filters there, and you can sync to host. You've got the poly modes, oscillator A, oscillator B, noise, waveforms for that as well, and then you've got pulse wave modulator for those, and you've got sample and hold, and you've got white and pink noise there. And then you've got the oscillator mix for oscillator A, B, and then noise. So for instance, we could bring up some noise. So, and then the main controls for the filter, you've got cutoff, res, that's it, envelope, key tracking, and ADSR, and then you can switch from amp to mod there. Quite simple and straightforward. This originally was 6 voices for the Prophet 600, so you can now go up to 12, and you've got unison, and you can have mono legato and mono retrigger. And like I said, you've got your ARP effects and options. So the effects, you've got distortion, equalizer, phaser, chorus, reverb, and delay. And then the sequencer, you've got either sequencer or MIDI, all the different patterns for the sequencer, including sequence forward, backward, ping pong, one shot, and silent. So that's quite cool. And then if you go in here, you've got the load MIDI files, so you can load your own MIDI files like they did with June, and then you've got initialize sequencer and then the pattern. So there's 20 patterns you can pick, and I'll have a look at those with maybe one of the basses. And then the steps, you've got swing, length, octaves, and rate. And then you can, once you've loaded a preset, you can skip through. So if we loaded, say, pattern 1, we can just skip through them using that. So switch the up one. So that's quite clever. Once you've loaded them in, you can just go through. So you can see these have been tied. I'm already halfway through my 20 minutes, so I better crack on with this. I might have to restart. So let's have a quick blast of some of the presets. So we'll start off with the first ARP. So you can see they're all switched on up there, so the effects are on. So you've got pretty much everything on. Right, so so they still haven't got a way of favoriting the presets from the menu, and I mean, they didn't have it in June either, and it's freaking annoying. So if you want to favorite anything, you've got to go back here, favorite it, close this, and if you go up here, if you have favorited anything, they don't show up as favorites in this menu. So I've favorited quite a few, but there's nothing here to tell me, so I can't even quickly go to my favorites here either. So you can see this is a MIDI pattern that's being brought in. So that's one of the ARPs, and like I said, I've got to go back here because I can't remember what ones I've favorited. Robotic, this is one of Kevin Schroeder's. So you can see it's only 4 steps, but it's going up various different octaves. And there's everything on in the effects as well. And we've got the mod wheel is the filter cutoff. And the distortion dry wet. And you can see the LFO1 is the phaser. And velocity is oscillator mix A and B. So for instance, I could switch this to the 12 dB and the low pass. And adjust the cutoff. So pretty cool. Next we have got the bass, and I've only favorited one. So one of Kevin Schroeder's again, there's a surprise. Right. So we've got and the module is the Poly Mod Oscillator B. That's the filter cutoff and the res. Pretty cool. Right, chords. We have got Kraftwerk by AB. And we've got effects on in this as well. Reverb, delay, equalizer and distortion. And the mod wheel is going to do the MM amount. I'm not quite sure what the MM amount is. Something to do with the modulation, obviously. But modulation matrix, I'm assuming. So you can actually just have the modulation matrix as something on the module. And yeah, quite a few effects on that as well. Gated, we've got Magic Trigger by AB. And the module is the filter amount. Keys, we have got Timeless Bells by XS. Let's see what the effects are. Not much effects, so they are. So there's no phaser, and so they got everything on apart from the phaser and the distortion. So for instance, we could switch this on and go for 8. And switch it on the ARP. So it's up 3 octaves, so we could take that down, put a bit of swing on. And then we can adjust this as well. So we could put some octaves up and down. You just use the scroll wheel on the mouse to do this. So yeah, pretty easy. Leads, we've got one lead, Opus by KS. So we'll go back to keyboard and we'll see what the effects are. So yeah, we've got not much on this. So for instance, we can put the phaser on. These all up to 50. Bring up some more drive on, put distortion on. Bring up the red. As you like. Ads, we've got a few more here. So I'll start off with the first one. It's another XS. So we will go back to keyboard. So we'll filter cut off on the mod. And then we have got Flash Gordon pad. Turn up the volume a bit. Oh, the volume's full up. Adjust the Right, so you get 420 patches with full version. So it didn't actually say on the website. I couldn't actually find it when I was doing the intro. So yeah, so you get 420 patches, and hopefully a lot of them are Kevin's shoulders. Right, I will reboot and start again. So that was the 20-minute demo up. So right, we're back in the pads. This is Lush Pad by ST. next is the sequences. So we've got Falling in Love by Kim Schroeder. We've got Runners as well by Kim Schroeder. That's the module, adjusting the filter res and cutoff, and the noise mix. Got synths, and we've got the first synth analog strings. Last but not least is one of the textures, and this is Exhale by EDT. So I almost made it into the 20-minute. So the modules do the MM, the LFO, and the filter res. Right, so that is about it. So who's EDT? Ed 10 Ek. Okay. As I kind of mentioned when the demo cut off, you're getting 420 presets. So as usual, if you have enjoyed this video, please remember to like, subscribe, share and comment. So I'll leave a link to buy this from Synapse Audio in the description. And as I mentioned at the start, it is on for 139 euros, which is £122 or 160 US dollars. And I will see you in the next one.